Hi, Luminaires. How is everybody doing today? Welcome. My name is Jamie Butler. I'm the Everyday Medium, which simply means I have a deep passion in helping people wake up to their natural intuitive abilities in an everyday kind of a way, because it's not woo-woo, it's true. And today we're going to talk about the energies of April 2025. And we're going to do that by trance channeling. And when I trance channel, I have the lovely Colleen Ziegler in the room.
Hi, everyone.
That is her voice. Kindly let us know before we begin if you can hear us okay. Oh, we have everything set up here to hopefully keep the power on, keep the internet on as we do channel higher frequency energies. My guide Maitland is going to come in and speak to you about the energies of April, talk to you about what chakras will be challenged, needed, supported, about what crystals to use, how to use bed gridding, as well as what Hertz, essential oil, spirit animal, best way to communicate to spirit. She just kind of goes on and makes it very usable. If you're part of our YouTube membership, hi, welcome. Thank you for being here. You guys get the calendar. It's already updated. You can go over and check that out now. We have a shared calendar with you. For anyone interested in joining us in some of our classes and retreats, like what I'm doing today with trance channeling, we have an angel series. We are 1 into 3. Tomorrow we have our second channeling with Raphael. Our first one was with Archangel Michael, and our final channeling will be with Metatron. That is over on the platform Learn It Live. You're welcome to join us. And we also have a retreat coming up this August in Taos, New Mexico. It's actually in San Cristobal, and we're going to be practicing telepathy. That is going to be in person August 29th, 24th through the 29th. But classes, Reiki, connecting, and practicing telepathy begin July 18th in a remote session. We have a daily remote session all the way up to it's July 29th through August 18th. We have our remote Reiki, sacred geometry practice to help us with the telepathy. If you're interested, all links are below. And if you just want to stay in touch with everything that's happening in this world over here, you can sign up for our newsletter on the website. And I just want to say this is the most difficult thing, is staying conscious awake before I trance channel. And I often wonder if it sounds like I'm mumbling.
I think you sound great. And I was over here thinking, I'm really impressed she's doing that, because I can't even talk right now. So I'm so impressed by you right now in your intro.
Thank you. I feel so light and fluffy and out of it right now. Of course, for anybody looking for anything more, just head to the website, Jamie Butler Medium, guys. We're here to support you, want to empower you. We're all in this together. We got this. Okay. Energy for April. If you are practicing seeing subtle light energy, check out the right side of my body over here, between my ear and my shoulder, not wall. Relax your bodies. And yes, you can view, see, sense energy through recordings. That does happen. Have I said everything? I can leave now, right? I think so. Okay, here we go. I've been fighting that yawn for several minutes. Okay. Check out this. Hi, I know something that she forgot to say. Hi, my name is Maitland, Maitland. And what Jamie forgot to share is that I present myself as a 9-year-old personality. And I passed away as Maitland at a very young age, but I chose to stay young in spirit, because I find that when I go and talk about these kinds of messages to people, that it's a lot more fun. And if I can deliver the information in a very fun, childlike, not childish, but childlike way, that a lot more people tend to listen and they feel better about getting the information. So if you're somebody who likes to write everything down, do get a pen and paper, or get your phone and you can write the dates in your calendar. I'm going to get comfortable, and I talk really fast, so at any time that you need more clarity about what's going on, will you just type it in, because Colleen's going to read everything and she can let me know. And then after this, I meet with the YouTube Luminaires in the membership, and then we go much more into a deep dive about what the energy is and how can it affect you personally. But this is the overall sweep and kind of in general what you're going to be going through with the energy. So can you believe we're talking about April? Boom, just like that, you're in April. And then, do you know what? Like the next time we get together, it's going to be, boom, we're talking about August. People are going to go, what happened to the summer? Well, you're going to be experiencing lightning fast speeds because you're unraveling from your definition of linear time. That's okay. That's what's meant to happen. But you're not going to feel like you grew old really fast. You're going to feel like you stay really, really young. It's just time is like going somewhere, just not linearly. When we start off April, the first half of April, like up until April 12th, it feels like the energy from February is going to come back and visit you, because you have a lot of things in retrospect, like Venus and Mercury, and
retrograde.
Sorry, retrograde, not retrospect.
It does bring retrospect.
It does bring retrospect. That's how February gets here, is through retrospect, but it's retrograde energy that brings it. So for like a really quick moment, I just want you to think about where you were in February and what kind of things you were going through, what kind of relationships, what were you starting, what were your values, what were you holding on to, what were you working on, because that's going to kind of come forward in the first half of April. But then like after the 12th, when Venus goes direct, you won't really be feeling February anymore. There's some other energies that are going to be hitting. I like to name every month. And so for this month, I'm going to name it Step Horsing Around month. It is. Imagine my fingers coming at you. Stop horsing around. Definitely go play. You need some play and curiosity. The meaning of the horsing around is no more skirting around the work that you need to do on yourself, whether that's mentally, emotionally, or physically. All of the energy of April, and I mean all of it, is going to be presenting in different ways, but through those different ways, same thing. Look at yourself. Own it. You have to own it. You have to look at what you're doing, do the work on yourself, find your level of maturity wherever it is, build it, take responsibility. No more passing it off to somebody else. No more blaming somebody else or something else or a situation that caused anything to happen. It's on you. That is April. So stop horsing around. Take your responsibility. So at the beginning of April, it opens up with some really like big, lofty ideas. So a lot of expansive energy. And then February's energy starts to come in and you're like, oh, this feels familiar. This feels kind of wild. And like emotions can be really high at this time. So breathe, feel them. Don't push them off onto anybody else. Because around the 4th, it's going to be like, you got to do your work. You have to do it. It's all good energy. It's all favorable energy. It's not like pushing you down and holding you down and you're fighting it. It's not like that. So don't imagine it like that. It's all like 1,000 tiny little cheerleaders, like fairy size, just pushing you to be the best version of yourself. Yay! Like screaming and pushing you to be better. So if there's any time that you need to do your work and you want to feel supported doing it, this would be the time to do it. The 4th through the 7th is all about do your work, find your stuff, be an adult. It's all like really good energy. Find your responsibility. And then around the 9th, it's like, I just need some chill time. I just need to relax. And then after the 9th, like the 10th and 11th is really introspect. You start to feel these shifts that are happening because you're making forward motion, because you're paying attention to your needs and you're doing your work. So you start moving really quick on your path, especially your spiritual path. Zoom, 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 zoom. It's all because you looked at you. You got to the heart of the matter, and that's what moved you forward. And then after that kind of introspect, nice, like, wow, I'm seeing the movement day. This is where like Venus goes back into its own direction and a lot of things just lighten. it's like flipping of a switch happens like around the 12th and the 13th. Flip, flip. And then it takes you right into the full moon. And this full moon is it's like if somebody were to take a really big magnet and put it around your light body, and it's going to attract everything that you are focused on. That's what that one's like. But it's going to do something a little sneaky. And the energy of the full moon, I think it's in Libra, is going to tell you, hey, I don't want you to continue with codependency. I don't want you to lean on any outside source to give you power or strength. It's all about you doing it yourself, okay? So it's going to kind of cut up ties of codependency. You'll be aware of it. It's not going to like really sneaky do it, but you'll be like, okay, because you're going to start noticing it when you're doing your internal work and when you're getting to the heart of things to move forward all the way up into the full moon. You're going to go, okay, I'm ready for that. I'm going to let go of that. But when you're thinking about your manifestation and the magnet, the energy that you're going to attract, please sit down and look at, like, if you wanted to turn over a new leaf, isn't that the term where you're like, it's a new day, a new dawn, a new leaf, a new, like it's the version of you you've always wanted to be, but maybe you were slow to react to the decisions that got you there. Boom, I want you to think about that path. Because this full moon, when it puts the magnet on you, it's going to attract that energy. And it's like this slow build to all of your new priorities. Like it's a really strong, favorable outcome for you. And I want you to use this energy. So if you're not a lunatic, a person who likes to pay attention to the moon's cycles, be one this time. And for the full moon, sit down and go, okay, my new leaf, the direction I see my life going and what I'm attracted to, that's what I'm calling forward. The moon will put the magnet on you, and you will have that slow grow to all of your new priorities. And it'll really get grounded. Hi, Bert. It'll really get grounded on the 19th. I'm going to say some stuff in between, but the 19th is like everything just comes to. Do you know, have you ever had those really sobering moments where it's not like you feel out of place, but it's really sobering and you realize how perfect everything is and how beautiful it is and how grateful you really are. Like it's not a fake practice. It's just like hitting you really hard and you're very centered, very grounded. Yeah, that's the 19th. Can you just circle that in your calendar? Just go 19th. Great day to get really grounded and find like stability, security is like, you've been looking for it? Here it is. Here it is in abundance. We have this energy for you. And it's going to start giving over the next month through like May 19th. It'll just give you. It's not a one-day action. It's like a whole lunar cycle of giving it to you. So it's so nice. Okay, so you have that to think about on the full moon. Then after the full moon, it's more of high emotions, get to the heart of matters, to move things forward, own up to your decisions, take responsibility. On the 17th, you have this like really creative, high intuitive day. And it's like, especially if you're a writer, or you've had a writer's block, or you want to start writing a book, a blog, or something, blah, blah, blah. This is the day. It's like, oh, okay, I can put this together. Like you feel the storyteller is going to come out in everybody and all the stories and gathering, like it's great for community too. And then the 19th rolls around, ground that energy. Here's your security for over a month. You're going to be great at this. Then from the stability, we grow into this kind of heightened emotion where when you're already really sensitive and you're clairsentient and you're an empath or you are an intuitive, you already know and you're aware of the frequencies around you in the air. So you're going to have more stability in the ability. you won't feel as floaty, like always wanting to go, what's going on? Are you feeling that? What's happening? Why is today so different? Must be energy. So all of that's kind of like loose talk, but it is an expression saying, wow, you're feeling something, but you just can't put your finger on it. So with 19th stability and then emotions and sensitivities coming up, which is really going to challenge your solar plexus or your sacral chakra, not your solar plexus, is challenging the sacral chakra. All of April is like, what ways can you feel yourself and how can you apply your psychic abilities onto your emotions? So sacral chakra is going to get a little bit of a workout. Then this leads into the new moon that's in Taurus. And the new moon is a little weird. It's got some manipulation. It's got some, it's on the 27th. Sorry, I forgot to tell you. It's on the 27th. And it's got this like, where you might feel like you're being controlled, like an icky. And so if you're feeling that kind of icky or feeling like something's coming at you or trying to repress you or hold you back because you've gotten so grounded and you've been practicing your spiritual emotional outlet like for the previous week, that when this new moon comes in, it's like you're going to really have to decide what works for you. That whole week, it's a little bit more than a week. The 19th through the 27th, I would put in your calendar every day this sentence. Change your perspective to the one that works for you. Change your perspective to the one that works for you. Because this old idea of having the same perspective and controlling that, like always looking through that to then measure your experiences is going to get really exhausting. I want you to feel actually how fluid you are and not so fixed you are. So when you take on this little practice at this time, which would be a really great week because you have all this grounding energy coming and you're released in the last half of April from February's old retrospect, and you're learning how to take responsibility and own your energy. I want you to own your perspective too, because you might be in a situation where the way you're looking at it's not working. But if you took 2 steps over here and looked at it from this point, it does work. And it's not sacrificing you, and you're learning something new, and your body is in alignment with it, like everything feels really good. It's okay to change your perspective. It does not show weakness. It doesn't show vulnerability. It doesn't show there's a word I want to say where it's like you're applying a tactic or a strategy, but you don't really mean it, like a falsity. It doesn't. It shows your ability to not only shift emotion, shift energy, but you can shift mental energy and your perspective to get different viewpoints so that it works for you. Change your perspective until it works for you. You don't sacrifice anything. I'm not saying that. Don't take a hit. Nothing, just that. Okay. So then when the new moon energy comes in, it's like when you might feel a little bit of the squeeze or the repress kind of a thing, you can then say, well, this is who I am. It's like a representation of who you are and your energy. And that will reset, lay the seeds for the month to come. Because after the 27th, like the 29th, I think is the most perfect day to communicate with spirit, because after the 27th, there's a lot of really intuitive, high frequency energies bathing the earth all over. So you're going to feel very lifted, connected, maybe proud of self, love for self, for representing who you are authentically. And then when the 28th comes, you have all this, lift, and there's more energy, creative and psychic connection I think it's the best day to sit down and do spirit communication, or if you have any ritual or any like rhythm that you do around spirit communication, I would do it then. Because right after that, on the 30th, it's like this bump of energy. It's another click. Kind of how the 12th was a click. Actually, the 7th is kind of a click too, because the 7th, Mercury goes direct. Boom, you have good communication, easier to make plans, easier to travel. The 12th, click. Venus goes direct. And then it's a lot of like planet talk in this one. I usually don't talk about this much with planets. And then like your connection, relationships, loves, all that goes easy. You release February. The 19th, it clicks into grounding energy. And then the 29th to the 30th, there's a click, click. And the energy goes from, I've been practicing how to own my stuff. No horsing around. I got my responsibility. I know where I want to go and what I want to do. Then it clicks on the 30th for all of May. The question that needs to be asked is, what do I want to do? It clicks into a me, 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 me. And you're going to think about you. And guess what? It's not going to be egocentric. It's not going to be overly done. You're going to be able to think about you while also holding everything around you and not isolate or disassociate. It's like a really strong, healthy, oh my God, I get to look at me. I get to look at me. And this is a really big sign from all of the changes that you've been going through in March. March was a shake, rattle, roll, tons of energy coming, and still at the end of March, a lot of energy. And so all of those awarenesses that you made in March, shift, change. April is, okay, I've got to practice owning up, challenging the sacral chakra. Then in May, it's like, now I get to apply. I get to apply it because I know who I am. And when we start to take care of ourselves, we have more energy and more bandwidth to take care of other people. Also, community starts to really come together. So when the sacral, why do I keep doing that? When the sacral chakra is challenged, I chose Carnelian. Carnelian does a lot with, well, creativity, motivation, but it does emotional balancing, which I think is very important for the month of April. Emotional healing, emotional balancing, Carnelian. And you can absolutely put this around your bed. You can put it in your car, your purse, anywhere. You can stay with it for like as long as you would want. The chakra that's going to be needed for the month of April, you guessed it, it's the heart, because I kept talking about all of these emotions. And the emotions, this Malachite helps with past traumas. It helps with healing emotional wounds. And it really is that kind of energy of like, own it. You did it. That was yours. You said it. You did that action. You own it. And it's owning it in a really deep emotional way. So Malachite can help you with that. Some people have a lot of like huge responses like with the frequency of Malachite. But if you like it and it feels good to your touch, I'd put it around your bed because I think it will work really well with April. But if you don't like the way that it feels, then don't put it around your bed, but maybe you could use it in a gridding. Because my friend Kristen, she's so funny. She started a business and she put my name in it, Maitland's Magic. And she puts together the crystals of the month and makes necklaces. And then she makes these little small charms with beads that you can put in the center of your room. And then you don't have to lose your crystals and it's not really big and they're all tied together. And so you can like immediately do a grid in your room, or you can use them to grid around your bed. And if you're interested in that, the link is somewhere. But you have to talk to Kristen about it. That is really cute.
The link is below the video, as well as I'll post it in the chat thread as well.
There it is. Yeah. And then for the supported chakra, and I think I think when we imagine support, we think, oh, we're lifted into higher ways and it's so easy. Well, the sacral, no, how funny I'm mixing them up. Solar plexus. It's solar plexus this time. That's the one that's being supported, but I'm going to say kind of supported because there's so many opportunities scattered throughout April, but it's more of like We support you in learning how to use your energy in a different outlet. That's the whole wake up, work on your own stuff, not somebody else's. Don't divvy up your work and give it to somebody else. You hold on to it. You look at it. You work at it. You mature. You become an adult. You connect to it. And I like yellow fluorite for that. Because yellow fluorite, again, is an emotional healer, like everybody else in the layout. But it also has this mental like healing and this like mental clarity to it, so that you have a lift in the way that you are connecting to your healing, like you have a eagle's eye view of it. And then also when you're using fluorite and you're around groups of people, it helps smooth the energy in groups of people, and it helps protect with psychic attack. Did you notice this is shaped in a cat head? Colleen pointed that out. I'm glad she did, because the animal of the month is actually the domesticated cat, the house cat, the stray cat, the image of a cat. Cats are all about embracing your intuition, your mystique, the strength of your intuition. It's like following your instincts. And that's what I want you to do this month. And I'm so happy that there are a ton of cats to lay eyes on, because whenever you see them, whether in a picture or pattern on your computer, photograph, or in person, I want you to think, okay, this is me following my instincts. This is me embracing my intuition. This is me being bold and confident. But they're also really good lovers, and they care for each other and themselves. Besides the times they like to fight. But like when they get together, they really care for each other quite a bit. If you like to listen to sound, Hertz, the Hertz I chose for the month is 528, which you can actually look online and read all the research around it. It's very interesting because research has found that when you listen to a 528 Hertz, it actually boosts your oxytocin, reduces your heart rate. So there's a chemical response inside of your body when you're doing it. It's very wonderful. And again, helps with emotional healing. And it's not like this emotional healing that I keep talking about. It's not like your emotions with somebody else. It's like your emotions about yourself. This is really what's healing. It's an I, but it's working on I, not horsing around. And then in May, it's me, me, me. What do I want? What do I want to direct? Like that energy is going to be the undercurrent for everything, which shows that you've done the work and you come into the power of it. If you're sensitive and you like to work on essential oils or smell them like aromatherapy, I say lemon or anything citrus. Bergamot, grapefruit, orange. I don't think starfruit is really a citrus, but I mean like a citrus with that little ting to it. Mandarin? What's it called?
Mandarin.
Yeah,
you had it.
No, tangerine. I was putting the two words together. Tangerine, that's a citrus. So they're very like juicy and bright smelling, and that helps polish your energy and your auric field. And when you have that aromatherapy around you, and it doesn't have to be very strong, when you have that citrus or that lemon or lime around you, it's a brightener. It'll lift and fluff your energy so that you have room and space to see it better. I like that a lot. If you're making a spray, you can use a 4-ounce spray and put like 2 tablespoons of like a Everclear, like a vodka in it to help the scent stay in it and evaporate throughout the air. And you use up to 63 drops in 4 ounces of purified water, and you can make your spray. For your crystals around your bed, you can take all of them. So for the month of April, I would leave, or if you haven't had this, add black tourmaline. I would take away your black obsidian. I mean, pretty much the month of April is a black obsidian. It's a mirror and it's reflective, and you're looking at yourself and you're taking responsibility. We don't need to add any more of that energy. We want to add frequencies that are going to help you come into it and be easier with the energies. So black tourmaline. I would definitely put some selenite in there because there's some great high intuitive energy days. But even if you're really sensitive, I would add selenite in there so that you can get a higher viewpoint of the work you're doing on self. Then I would definitely add yellow fluorite, good protective energies, mental clarity healing, malachite, if you like this energy. Hold it or muscle test it and find out. I would put carnelian wherever you can. In your purse, in your bra, maybe not in your shoes, that would be uncomfortable. Around your bed, in your house. Like, this is a great month for carnelian to shine. It's a good emotional balancer, but super creative with it. It's not telling you have to emotionally balance this way and no other way is acceptable. It's like, let's do whatever you need to feel even keel. So I like that flexibility that it offers in April. How are you doing?
I'm doing great.
I talked the whole time.
I don't think you took a breath. You got it all in.
Is there any clarity points that people are looking for? I have a few things I can say.
Yeah, go for it.
Overall, with what's it called? Cryptocurrency, that kind of investments, they're becoming more stable. And so if you wanted to start invest, I would say invest that which you don't mind losing, because it's still a little bit volatile, a little bit down the road. But right now it's more stable than it has been before. Since last November, it's been stable and it's growing. So you can stay here easily, like through June, July, before, you might want to address it in a different way. I'm still a big believer in the United States about buying property for holding and securing your finances and gaining equity in it. The federal banks are still scrambling and not doing good. The credit unions are a better place to hold your money. Just keep an eye on what kind of federal coverage is offered with that. So if it's over 250,000 per bank account, make sure you only keep 250,000 in there, which might scatter your money into different places. But it's pretty good for right now. Gold is getting higher, but it's not going to get much higher than what it is throughout the rest of the year into 2026. Probably, I don't know, low like 3,200, 3,300, but it's going to stabilize a little bit. So I would say that would be more of a short-term investment before it stabilizes back out. Government-wise and leadership-wise, there's tons of shaking and moving in the earth right now as people in power are losing their position because more and more people are showing up with their voices and sharing what kind of support that they would want from their government and their laws and rules. So throughout the next 4 years, especially in the United States, you'll start to see many things shift. And of course, to see great movement, great things need to be taken down. So you're going to watch some things just totally get taken away or removed or crushed, and it's going to be quite confusing. But just know that the age of rebuilding is tapped right onto this phase. And so this comes into a restructure and to a rebuild. For those people who have a really hard time with the influx and the mystery and not feeling safe, please practice sending earth love and attention. So that love, frequency, and attention that you give to the core of the earth, she can give back out to everybody, anybody who's in a war zone, any animal, any plant, all the way up to the atmosphere, any plane that's in the air. You can touch everything and everyone by giving your energy, your love, and your intention to the core of the earth. So if you want to know how you can help things move forward, that would be the thing to do. And also speak up. Speak up to your local governments. So you speak up to your mayor, then to your governor and your senator. I don't know how it all works. You speak up. Take solace in the immediate community that you're in, rather than trying to take solace in the greater government that is ruling the area. And that goes true for all countries that I'm talking to, not just United States. Okay.
There's lots of questions about a replacement for yellow fluorite.
Oh, yellow quartz. But see, if you use tiger's eye or bumblebee jasper, that kind of has a little bit more energy, like a punch and a power. I really want more of an emotional balancing, so I would use a yellow quartz. Citrine, if you have a citrine, that would be nice. I really like this. Okay, you have it in your calendar. Write it all down. You can always come back to this as this is recorded. And I can't wait to see the YouTube Luminaires and our deep dive. We're going to talk about so much more. I'll see you later, alligators.
After a while, crocodile.
I'll see you soon, baboon. This is a game we like to play if this is your first time listening to this and you think it's silly, but maybe you can come up with an animal that rhymes with a goodbye and you can put it in the chat thread. Do you have one with a cat? I got a scat, kitty cat.
There you go. We also have from Tiffany, tip your hat, kitty cat.
Oh, tip your hat, kitty cat. Does that mean the cat's wearing a hat? Because I think that's a really cute image too. Like a cat in a top hat. Oh, that's like a Dr. Seuss.
Weedy saying, got a scat, alley cat.
An alley cat. Yay! Okay, I'll see you later. Bye, everyone.
Bye, Maitland. Thank you.
Bye, you're welcome. Have fun.